Hey, listen, y'all. What's going on? Shit. Oh, man. What time is it, y'all? 4:17 in the a.m. 4:17 in the a.m. 4:17 reads day. It reads day, you see. And inside of the word day, you will have M-A-P. That reads map also. How y'all doing? Shit. Oh, man. I've been traveling so much. Ain't went nowhere. Yeah. I always have to put myself low with shit because I don't want people to think that I'm special. You see. I mean, I always been like that. That's probably why I'm like I am right now. You see. You know. People think I'm special. They'll come get me and shit. And then I start acting violent. You see. And defeat them. You see. But I'm too old now. I can't be doing it. I'm just talking to you, y'all. Listen. Listen. I'm not talking about these fake Israelite brothers. I'm talking about the real Israelite brothers, you see, who truly understand, you know, the science and the mathematics and all this shit, you see. I'm talking about them brothers. I'm not talking about these fake people out here, you see. They just want to join the crew, you see, or who was hired in by the federal government. I'm not talking about them beings, you see. Listen. Your Esau, is that what you call them, Esau? Is that what the Bible call them, Esau? Your Caucasians? You ain't done a lot of work out here. You not free enough to roam this planet or this country like you should have. You see, you didn't explore. There are things that you haven't explored, you see. And you got people here on this planet, you see, that you saying that you hate because the Bible said that God hates them. You're going to hate them too. But you know what's going to fuck you up? They're going to fight you because you're going to be in the way for something. They're going to have to help you to get all that stuff that the Bible is telling you. They're going to have to help you to go a certain direction so you won't harm your family. You see, that's what's going to happen. They're going to instruct you to move a certain way so you won't harm your family because you saying or you believing that this is what the Bible told you. But you need to go that way. You see, you ain't getting these vibes. You ain't getting these frequencies. They are. You see, they had time to learn them. You see, they touched another book called The Flower, a tree, grass. You see, they got labs and things. They seeing inside this shit. You got legitimate people, you see, that's above ground. They hate the shit that look like them. These beings who chose to look just like the ones you call Esau. But these people whom you calling Esau, you see, they got the same blood that your ancestors here have. I'm not talking about what they have over there. See, that's what's going to kill you. Because you don't know about this house that God gave you. You see, he didn't put you here as a punishment. You see, don't believe the hype and think that they got that this is Babylon and all this shit gonna fall. You know, what the fuck, man? Listen, you better get out of there. You better get out of there. You have people, these Esau people, who you call Esau. You see, And listen, I ain't even talking about the brown Esau's. I'm talking about the Esau who you think is Caucasian. You see, these people are going to war with you not because you hate them or they feel or they're getting you back because you hate. No. They're going to war with you because you're so goddamn intelligent and all this type of shit that you can't see shit. You see, you can't see nothing. You see, you ain't going to be able to hear nothing. You ain't trying to learn nothing. You see, only thing that you learning is this shit that's inside of your text. I said shit. You see, what is shit to you? I don't know. Maybe it's something different. I mean, listen, I speak different. You see, I speak different. The word rib, that's an 18 right there, God dog it. And then you have an I, and then you have a 9 and a 2. A 9 and a 2, that's an it. You got an 18, that's a AJ and an S, a HQ and a Z. You see? That R. You see? It's an S, and then there's an H, and then you have a 9 and a 2, a it. Shit, it's a rib. You see? It's a rib. And you shit. So don't get it twisted. Oh, he's using profane language. Ooh, I'm scared. Ooh, he's retarded. Or he's bugged out or he's somewhere else. And you know how y'all do, how Satan have y'all minds and shit. You see? Listen. You better come on in. You better come on in. You haven't developed yourself enough. You see, you haven't developed yourself enough to know what's inside, to know what's here in this land right here. You see, you're so possessed about where you came from overseas, and all of your people here, that's in multi-shades. You see, that's in multi-shades. You can't even identify them. They so motherfucking deep inside of their capsules and shit. You know what I'm saying? Passing for this, passing for that, all this other type of shit. You see? I'm trying to tell you something. You better look around. Always remember something. Your people, they always have these particular shapes. You can always look at your mama and see where her ancestors come from just by her shape of her body. You see? Your sisters, your aunties. You see, you can tell them. You see, when you see this Caucasian woman and she looks like somebody and walk like somebody in your family and move like somebody in your family, that ain't no white lady, nigga. That ain't no Caucasian. And you looking at her little Caucasian kids and Caucasian husband and shit. That ain't no Caucasian. And look at the man. See the man, you know how you built. You see, you know how you're built. You see? That ain't no Caucasian man right there. You see? You ain't, you see, you ain't paying attention. You ain't paying attention. You see, they don't give a fuck. They know. They keeping it hush. Hell, they keeping it hush. And some of them inside the Ku Klux Klan, they so shit. They so under. You see, would die for them. You see, the Ku Klux Klan and the skinheads and whatever the type of thing they got out here, shit. It's a whole lot of them inside of indigenous motherfuckers inside of those groups and shit. Thinking that, claiming to be white people. I'm trying to tell you something, boy. I'm trying to tell you something. All those people that you think is Caucasian, they're going to hear the same thing that people like, well, I don't know about you, but the people that's going to hear these things is coming from the Most High. You see, you're not going to hear it. You see, you're going to think it's Hesatan. You see, that's why you're going to fight these beings that's trying to tell you something, that's going to try to tell you something, lead the way, because you don't know anything. You haven't got a pass. Your skin color prevented you see, from going inside of these depths. You see, listen, when he speaks, when this great energy speaks, or when he put this bubble inside of you and your mind is telling you what the bubble, your mind is going to reveal what this bubble is telling you, you see, these Caucasians are going to pick up the same sound. You see, they're going to pick up that same sound. You see, and you ain't going to, and it's going to fuck you up. Because when they start, when it's time to start walking and time to start humbling themselves and be genuinely, they're going to genuinely speak to you, you see. And listen, they're not going to give a fuck about what you're talking about in your Bible and all the hate and shit. When they see their ancestors inside of you with that hate shit, when they see all that shit that's inside of you that prevented you from reaching the heights, and then they see that same shit that's inside of you, you see, that came from their ancestors, or somebody that looked like them, you see, they're going to hush their mouth, you see, and let you be, you see, because, see, they're going to tell you which way to go, but something going to get you. Something going to get you before they come and tell you that they the devil. And listen, you ain't going to be able to know if that's the devil or if that's your grandfather talking to you that look Caucasian. You see, I know that sounds fucked up. I know it do. I know it sounds fucked up. You see, but you know, you have something inside of you. Listen, just think about something. Just think about something. All this, just go to the smallest particle that's inside of your body. If you can tap into that smallest particle, you best believe that inside that smallest particle, there's something inside of that also. You see, that's who created you. You see, that's who created you. That little small speck that's smaller than the atom, you see. That's not even a speck because it don't exist to you, but it exists. I'm breathing it right now. You see? Trillions of it. You see? I'm inhaling it, exhaling it with all this dust and shit around my motherfucking house because I won't clean it up. You see? Yeah. But that's where you're gonna see the Most High. Can you imagine that? What I just tried to describe to you, that little bitty nothing, that little nothing. You see? Can you imagine you being inside of that little billion done nothing? You know that little nothing. And can you visualize yourself being inside that? And just think you have the power to look all the way up here at me in my kitchen. From that little bitty something that's I don't know if it's there or not, but I know it exists. That's you. See? Can you imagine that little thing has the power to allow you to see it right here? You see? I don't think you're hearing what I'm talking about. That's God. I mean, what you call God, your source. You see, that's your source. You see, you can't get lower than it. You can't get higher than it. You see, you just be a part of it. You are a part of it. You see, just because you thinking high, that high has nothing to do with his high. You see, your high is just inside of wherever domain he put you in. That's the only high that you have. That's the only height that you know. You see, but over that right next to you, you see, there's other things, you see, inside of that body. They probably ain't never seen your existence before. You see, and it has things to do. But all that big body is the most high. It's the highest source. They got their thing to do. 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 Everybody doing their own thing, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that body don't go limp. You see, you all was chosen to be in a particular body. You see, that body is your God. It's your source. How you going to keep it healthy? How you going to lift it up? You see, you mimic it. You have to learn the breath of it. You see? You see? If you see your brothers and sisters dying out here in the street and low out here in the street, you see, you understand what breath is. Understand understand what breath is. Learn that. Learn what makes you breathe. And then put it in metaphors. And then talk to the dead people. And when you talk to the dead people, you know, inside of them, it'll probably click that you're talking about breath. And they'll probably pop the fuck back up to where they need to be. You see, you keep it in the body. Keep everything in the body, you see. But these Caucasians, they're going to tell you something. Everything you know, everything that you know out here, most of the science and things that you wooing brown people or your black people with, all these things came from bloodshed and sacrifices that they did for you to understand why you wearing tennis shoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, all those puffy Chinese people's coats and shit. You see? All that other type of shit, you know, and yeah. Listen. Look. I'm just trying to tell you something. You better know how to identify. You better stop talking this shit, because it's going to fuck you up. It's going to fuck you up. You know, what's one of the most horrible, screwed up things that's going to just knock your socks off, if Jesus come the way the Bible said he was going to come, and he come down looking like a Chinese. That's going to fuck you up. That's going to fuck you up. If Jesus come down like the Bible said he was going to come down, and he come down looking like a Chinese, I'm talking about physically, and he's got his armor on, he just whooping ass and destroying everything that's you know, all these transgressions and shit. He's doing it, but he's Chinese. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna revise how you think? I doubt it. You know, you probably commit suicide. Your shit is so deep inside of you. You see, I'm just telling you to get back to the God body, so the God body can talk to you. The God body ain't gonna talk to you from what the scripts say. This is not gonna be no thespian type shit. This is not theater. This is real live shit right here that's happening out here in the world right now. This is not theatrical shit. This is not scripts. You see all these type things is somebody talking about their prophecies and things. If they're not talking about the prophecies that's written in the poets, because they say that all the prophets and spoke this, and they all speak the same thing. Listen, Don't entrap yourself. You see, you can't box the Most High in. I don't care how much you understand their language and how well you speak and all the receipts you have and your bogus foundations out here. You see, and you don't have no fucking balls. You see, I don't care what you're talking about. You see, wake your ass up.